Is Canelo Alvarez versus Errol Spence a possibility? Let's break it down next. Please like and subscribe. Help us hit 10,000 subscribers. Leave us a comment. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Tuesday Night Fights. So Errol the Truth Spence has apparently been offered $20 million as per Oscar De La Hoya to fight boxing's biggest prize, Canelo Alvarez. Now, if it were to happen, it won't happen till next year. It won't happen next. Certainly won't happen next, but most likely wouldn't happen until 2020. Errol Spence is fighting Porter next. That's almost official. Canelo will do whatever he does on Mexican Independence Weekend in September, and they could meet up next year potentially. But to assume Porter Spence is successful in unifying with Porter, he brings in the WBC belt. Canelo does what he does on September. Could this fight be made? Do you guys want to see this fight? For $20 million, it's going to be discussed and it's going to be considered. And $20 million is a starting negotiation. Now, it can only go up from there. He can get more, right? 20. Your first offer is your lowball offer. Let's say Spence and Al Heyman go to the table and ask for 30. And Oscar and crew comes back and say, $25 million. A $25 million offer, right? I'm not saying anything crazy, right? I'm going from 20 to 25. He may have to take that. Errol Spence may have to take that. And as much as I hate the fight, and as much as I hate fighters jumping up 2 weight classes, I think Canelo's going to ice him. I think it shouldn't be made. I think that being said, I don't pay Errol Spence's bills. I can't tell him to turn down $25 million. I can't tell him to turn down $20 million. As bad as I think the fight is, $25 million, whatever it may be, I'm saying he can get 25 out of it. I can't tell him to say no to that fight. So this is how it works. If I'm Al Heyman, if I'm his trainer, if I'm Derek James, I tell Spence this. I say sit down. If you fight Canelo, you will certainly lose. You will probably be knocked out, and it could be vicious. He is far, far too big for you. All that being said, I can't tell you to turn down $25 million. So whatever you want. But just know, he's too big for you, and you can't win. Choose wisely. That's what I would say to Errol Spence. And look, I'm the biggest Errol Spence fan in the world. Right? I'm a big Spence fan. Dallas, Texas. He's my guy. Followed him his whole career. Followed him since he was an amateur. This is my guy. You can't jump up and beat the best guy 2 weight classes bigger than you. Like, if they were the same size, if we made those 2 guys the same size, it's a great fight. It's a 50-50 fight. Give Canelo a 2-weight, a 10-pound, 12-pound advantage in the ring. He's too big for him. He's too big. There's weight classes, so there's weight classes for a reason. There's just no reason to make this fight. There's reason, if Errol Spence 20, 25 million, whatever you can get out of it, that's the reason. But if I'm Errol Spence, I mean, there are so many great fights in the middleweight division for Canelo Alvarez. Why would they do this? Is he that big of a draw? I mean, go fight Billy Joe. Go fight a third fight with Triple G. Your mandatory is Jamal Charlo. Charlo's been the mandatory for 2 years. If the WBC allowed him to fight a guy 2 weight classes smaller and push off his mandatory again, there's a serious problem there. Canelo Alvarez should fight Jamal Charlo in September. And that's that. And that is that. There's no other option, right? Like, there shouldn't be. Like, unless you're taking a unification fight with Andrade, which he's not going to take, he should be fighting Charlo. He should be taking his mandatory. Charlo's been mandated for almost 2 years now. If Jacobs would have gotten that decision, this would have been the third different champion that Charlo would have been mandated to fight. Right? He was the mandatory for Triple G. He was the mandatory for Canelo. And if Jacobs would have won, he would have been the mandatory for Jacobs. It's time that he gets his shot. This is getting ridiculous at this point. So let's say that happens, right? Let's say in the next 6 months or so, Canelo beats Charlo, and Errol Spence beats Sean Porter and unifies the IBF and the WBC. You know, at that point, sure, it could be made. You know, I would still be against it, but it's realistic. Why he wouldn't choose to fight Andrade? Canelo should fight Andrade. He should fight the third fight with Triple G. There are so many good fights in the middleweight division for him to take. This just doesn't. Billy Joe Saunders. This just doesn't make any sense. For him, like, what if he lost? He wouldn't lose. He'd certainly win. I guess it's a big reward with no risk for Canelo, and I guess it makes sense. I don't want to see it. And again, it would probably be in Dallas. Right, it would be at AT&T Stadium. I'd go there. I'd cover the fight as media. It'd be great. It'd be a great week. But it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't do anything. You know, it's enough. And Errol Spence should know better. Errol Spence just did this to Mikey Garcia. Right? Mikey Garcia's a great fighter. And he was just too small for him. They weren't the same size. You know, when you had two great fighters who are drastically different sizes, that's going to happen. The bigger guy's going to win. Canelo would beat Spence the same way Spence beat Mikey. Like, if you make Mikey and Spence the same size, it's a good fight. Make them two drastically different sizes, it's not close anymore. And that's what you get with Canelo and Spence. It's not the same sizes. Weight classes for a reason. Fight the guys in your weight class, especially when your weight classes are loaded. Like, think about it. If I were to name the top 3 most loaded divisions in the sport, and you can make an argument that 126 is in the mix too, right? But I say the top 3 divisions are welterweight, middleweight, and superfly. Those are the 3 most stacked divisions in the sport. Fight the guys in your own weight class, bro. You know, look, it seems like Spence doesn't want to fight Crawford. You know, like, he'd be willing to negotiate with Golden Boy and DAZN over there, but Crawford, that's out. That can't happen. You know, he said to Crawford originally, "Go get the belt off Jeff Horn, otherwise you're useless to me. Go get that strap off of him." Crawford got that strap off of him. And then Spence's like, well, I'll fight Porter. I'll take the easy route. Well, why not go fight Crawford? It's a more lucrative fight. It's a pay-per-view fight. It's a bigger fight. And it would make you the best number 1. If you win that fight, you're the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. If Errol Spence beats Terrence Crawford, he's the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. If he beats Sean Porter, his stock doesn't change. So why not go fight Terrence Crawford? That's a real fight. A fight you could win. You know, look, Mikey Garcia just did that. He went up 2 weight classes to fight someone he should have never been fighting. And he's going to be out of the ring for a year now. Right? We don't know. You know, who knows if he'll ever be the same. You know, he got beat up bad. That's what would happen to Spence if Spence got in with Canelo. Fight the guys at your own size. You know, and Mikey Garcia, and it shouldn't have, because he shouldn't have taken the fight in the first place. He never had a chance to fight in the first place. But Mikey Garcia's legacy and reputation is taking a hit now. He's not going to get the Loma fight. He could have gotten the Loma fight. He could have made the Loma fight and made just about as much money as he did for Canelo for Spence, and he could have won. He maybe could have beat Loma. Not definitely could have been, but maybe could have been. He had no chance against. He has no chance at all. He had no chance at all against Spence, and it's the same thing. It's like Spence has a chance to beat Crawford. Now I'd pick Crawford, right? But Spence definitely could beat him. He would have a chance to beat him. So go take that fight. Maybe you win that fight. He has no chance to beat Canelo. He has absolutely no chance to beat Canelo. So the money, I get it, but that's why he needs someone to explain to him that he can't win. You're not going to win this fight. You're just not going to win. So that needs to be understood. That I don't think anyone ever tells them that, right? Like, it doesn't happen. Like, that needs to be said. Like, before he makes the decision, he needs the people closest to him explaining to him, if you do this, it's for one reason. And that's the reason that most people go to work in the morning, to get a paycheck. You're going to get your biggest paycheck with Canelo. Okay? But if you fight Canelo, you're putting your career on the line. You're going to lose. You're probably going to get knocked out. It could be vicious. You might not be the same afterwards. But I can't tell you not to take $25 million. So that's up to you. Think about it, you know. Think about it. Pray on it. Make the best decision you can. Choose wisely. That's a lot of money, though. And it's way more than you're going to get to fight anybody else. So do what you want to do. Now, if he wants to take it, then he takes the money. but he's going to get knocked out, right? I mean, there's no suspense in that. It's not like he could win. He's not going to beat Canelo. Canelo beats him 10 times out of 10, and probably 8 or 9 of those times he knocks him out. This just doesn't make any sense. It makes sense when you put a dollar sign in front of it. The fight on paper doesn't make any sense. There's all these names: Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, Danny Garcia, and of course the big prize, Terrence Crawford. Go fight all those guys. You beat all those guys, then maybe think about fighting Canelo. Not a moment before. Run through your division. Run through 54. Then maybe consider fighting Canelo. Otherwise, it just doesn't make any sense. Canelo's a big dude. It's just not going to work out well. You're not going to beat Canelo. So, get that thought out of your head. You're going to end up like Cal Brook did with Triple G or Mikey Garcia did with you. You know this doesn't work out for his hand. Like you looked at Mikey Garcia and said, this guy is little. He's got no shot. Look, it happens every time Tank Davis fights. Every time Tank Davis fights, he fights a guy a weight class or too small than him. It doesn't work out. This weight class is for a reason, Errol Spence. Again, if the fight happens, I'll go to it. Errol Spence is my guy. I'll be there. I'm rooting for Errol Spence. That's my guy. I just don't think it's realistic. I don't think he has any chance at all to win. I don't even think he has a chance to make the fight interesting. Canelo's way too big for him. He's way too good and way too big. Fight guys at your own weight classes. Weight classes for a reason. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think the fight's realistic? Do you think it can get made? Do you disagree with me entirely? Do you think Spence is more skillful and that he would have a chance? Does anyone actually pick Spence to win? But let me know what you guys think. Would you rather see Spence fight Canelo in a shot for greatness, or would you rather see Spence and Canelo sit at their loaded divisions and try to run through those divisions? Would you rather see Spence fight Crawford or Canelo? Let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts, comments below. Please remember to subscribe and please share this with a friend. Help us get to 10,000 subscribers. Hit the little bell icon as well. Get those notifications. For Tuesday night fights from Texas to the world, this is 3D Boxing saying thank you and God bless.
Enjoy 3D Boxing vlog videos? Show us some love by clicking the like button. Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3dboxingvlog.com is also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.